Sometimes it happens in the middle of something ordinary. You're washing a cup at the sink, or walking across a parking lot, and for a second it feels like you're not fully inside the moment. Like you're a few steps back, watching yourself move and talk and nod along. Nothing dramatic. Just a strange distance you can't quite explain. And the confusing part is this: everything looks normal from the outside. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So why does it feel like you're observing your own life instead of living it? What you may be experiencing is that quiet sense of watching yourself from the outside. In this video, we'll slow it down and look at why this feeling shows up, what it's trying to do, and how it tends to fade once you recognize it. This feeling is subtle, which makes it hard to describe. It's not panic. It's not numbness exactly. It's more like your attention has stepped half a pace back, and now you're aware of yourself being aware. You notice how you sound when you speak. You notice how you're sitting. You notice yourself noticing. And the more you notice it, the stranger it feels. One simple way to describe it is this: it's when your mind shifts into observer mode instead of participant mode. You're still present, but you're also monitoring yourself at the same time, like there's a quiet camera running in the background. One common reason this starts is mental overload. When your mind has been busy for a long time, making decisions, managing expectations, holding things together, it sometimes pulls back a little to conserve energy. Not because something is wrong, but because staying fully engaged takes effort. Stepping back can feel safer and lighter in the moment. You might notice it on days when you've been on for too long. Work conversations, messages, responsibilities, small choices stacking up. Then suddenly, you're at dinner or in the car, and it feels like you're watching yourself go through the motions. It's your mind's way of creating a bit of distance when things have been full for a while. Sometimes, it comes from being very aware of how you're perceived. If you've spent time adjusting yourself to fit different rooms, watching your tone, your reactions, your expressions, you may have learned to observe yourself closely. Over time, that habit can stick, even when no one is judging you. So instead of just laughing, you notice how you're laughing. Instead of just speaking, you hear yourself speak. The awareness that once helped you adapt doesn't always switch off, and you end up feeling like both the actor and the audience in your own life. There's also a quieter layer underneath this feeling that people often miss. For some, it shows up after a period of stress or emotional intensity. Not necessarily something big or obvious. Just a stretch of time where things felt uncertain, or fast, or slightly out of control. When that happens, your mind can learn to stay a little detached, just in case. That detachment isn't cold. It's cautious. It's your system saying, let's keep a bit of distance so we can manage whatever comes next. And even when life settles down again, the habit of watching yourself can linger longer than the situation that created it. Here's what it can look like in real life. It's early evening, maybe around 7:30. You're sitting on the couch, scrolling without really reading. The TV is on, but you're not following it. You notice how your hands are holding the phone. You notice your breathing. You even notice the thought, why do I feel like this? Nothing bad happened today. No argument. No bad news. But you feel slightly unreal, like you're a character in your own evening instead of fully inside it. You get up to grab water, and for a second it feels like you're watching yourself stand, walk, reach for the glass. That small distance brings a wave of confusion. Am I tired, bored, disconnected? You try to name it, and that makes you step back even more. If you've been there, you're not strange. You might know someone who lives like this. This feeling doesn't mean you're losing touch with reality. It usually means your mind has slipped into a protective habit without announcing it. When this happens, one gentle thing that can help is shifting where your attention rests. Not forcing yourself to feel anything different. Just choosing one simple, physical detail to stay with for a few moments. The temperature of the water. The feeling of the couch under your legs. The sound of the room. Something steady and real. This works because observer mode thrives on monitoring thoughts about thoughts. Physical sensation brings you back into direct experience, without asking you to analyze it. The distance doesn't disappear instantly, but it often softens enough for you to feel more present again. Another quiet approach is letting the feeling exist without trying to solve it. A lot of the discomfort comes from asking, why is this happening? Over and over. That question pulls you further into your head. Instead, it can help to notice the feeling and name it gently, like, this is that watching feeling. No explanation. No fixing. Just recognition. Over time, your mind learns that it doesn't need to stay on guard. The feeling passes more easily when it isn't treated like a problem that needs an answer right away. But there's one important thing to understand about this experience. Watching yourself often shows up in people who are thoughtful, self-aware, and careful. It's not a flaw. It's a side effect of a mind that pays attention. The same awareness that helps you reflect can sometimes turn inward a little too far. This is especially true for people who look fine on the outside. People who function, show up, get things done. From the outside, nothing looks off. Inside, there's just that quiet distance that's hard to put into words. If this feeling comes and goes, it doesn't mean anything is wrong with you. It usually means your mind is asking for a slower pace, or less self-monitoring, or a bit more permission to just be inside the moment without checking how it looks. You don't need to chase the feeling away. You don't need to understand it perfectly. Often, simply recognizing, oh, this is that watching myself feeling, is enough to loosen its grip. This is for people who move through their days just fine, but occasionally feel like they're slightly behind themselves. And sometimes, that small moment of recognition is all it takes to step back into your life, quietly, without forcing anything, just a little closer than before.